What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Cacus here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we've got that brand spankin' new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, unveiling official information. And so, let's get started. And boy, am I excited for today's update. Firstly, we've got some fantastic changes, and secondly, I'm hopped up on that Cacus Kiwi Lime Advanced GG Focus, baby. Link in description if you want to partake. Alright, now let's get on to that news. First things first, kind of separate from the weekly update, there was also a hotfix that went live today. And the biggest change from that hotfix is this right here for the Proving Grounds Strike, which is the current Grandmaster Nightfall, and being hailed as one of the hardest. They actually fixed an issue where you could get out of bounds during the Proving Grounds boss fight. I went over how to do this in my video detailing, the loadouts, tips, cheeses, everything to make this easier. Well, the Grandmaster easier. So yeah, if you're planning to do that, you're not going to be able to do it anymore. Thankfully, although doing this made things a little easier, it wasn't like it was required or made things completely free. And I still think doing it kind of legit from a different place is the play for the Grandmaster. The thing that's going to make the biggest difference in making your experience easier within Proving Grounds is having one person use this Skyburner's Oath exotic scout rifle. That's actually able to shoot right through the Cabal domes, so you don't have to, get stomped by the boss going in there trying to shoot it down. It basically negates the boss's entire mechanic and makes things a lot easier. So if you want to check that video out, it's linked up above. But moving on from there, let's talk about the changes revealed in the TWAB. So firstly, Bungie detailed some changes to the vendors associated with weaponry and armor, because Ada 1 from Black Armory is actually returning to the tower in the start of Season 14 because she is going to be the vendor associated with transmogrification, essentially the ability to change your armor to any appearance. It's going to let you turn any piece of armor into an ornament, essentially, so you're not just able to, put on your existing Eververse ornaments. You're able to change your armor's appearance to whatever you've collected throughout the entire history of Destiny 2, which is very exciting. But because transmog is so associated with armor, Ada 1 is kind of going to be associated with armor itself, and therefore she's going to do a couple of additional things beside transmog. Firstly, she's actually going to sell 2 different armor mods that rotate on a daily basis. So just like the gunsmith right now, she's going to have 1 general armor slot and then 1 combat mod armor slot, right? So that's moving from currently the gunsmith over to Ada 1. Then she's also going to sell 1 armor set every single week, just randomly from the potential world drops. And what that means is that every single week, Ada 1 is going to sell essentially a set of armor similar to a lot of other vendors out there, but that set is going to rotate every single week in its appearance and its stat rolls. So Ada 1 is going to become another vendor that you definitely want to be checking, because she might just end up selling like a god roll, spiky distribution, high distribution stat armor, like what has happened in the past with the other vendors that sell armor. And also, she's now going to sell upgrade materials, so the modules, enhancement prisms, and ascendant shards that Banshee 44 used to sell. So you may be wondering, wow, okay, like Ada 1 is getting pretty much every useful thing Banshee does. What's happening to Banshee? Well, this is actually pretty darn exciting. So, starting with Season 14, Banshee 44, the gunsmith, will now sell 6 different weapons, so 2 kinetic, 2 energy, and then 2 power weapons that rotate on a weekly basis. Which means that pretty much for the first time since Destiny 1, we are finally getting randomly rolled vendor weapons within Destiny 2. And this is incredibly exciting because it means every single week there's a chance for a potential god roll. I mean, right now I believe the first in last out shotgun is one of the world drop weapons, right? So that legendary weapon could be on sale 1 week by the gunsmith with the utter PvE god roll. So like it's sold with, let's say, assault mag plus auto-loading holster plus Vorpal weapon, and then all of the community members who don't have that god roll can go and buy a guaranteed one. And again, this is super exciting because back in the days of Destiny 1, it really made the community buzz every time there was a god roll weapon on sale. I remember I used to do videos going over which weapons are worth buying every single week, and heck, that might return because it definitely gives players the opportunity who are maybe down on their luck or who don't have, the god rolls of certain weapons to actually go and get those guaranteed. So super excited about that. But moving on from there, we actually have a buff to 2 of the most hated perks in the entire game. So funny enough, I actually tweeted this out earlier today. Oh wow, really excited to use my Trials weapon with Celerity, lol, April Fools. DMG community manager replied and said, oh, I'm saving this tweet. Now I heard that and I thought, wait a sec, are they actually buffing Celerity? Turns out they are. Both Celerity and Bottomless Grief are getting huge buffs starting with Season 14. So essentially, first off, Bungie did comment on all of the people saying that these should be intrinsic perks on the adept weapons, and they basically said it's not possible because they have a limit for how many perks can be active, and if too many are active, it causes some technical issues, so it is a technical limitation there. Instead, what they're going to be doing is, firstly, with Nightfall weapons and Bottomless Grief, which remember, instantly refills your magazine when you get a kill if you're the last living member of your fire team, that's now going to permanently grant a plus 30 to your magazine size, whether you're last alive or not, but also it's now a fixed alternate perk in the left column on adept drops of Nightfall weapons. So you can switch between that and the randomly rolled perk in the inspection screen. So basically, let's say you've got a shadow price and the first perk is overflow, right? Underneath overflow, if I'm reading this right, is going to be Bottomless Grief, and then you can select off of overflow and pick Bottomless Grief. So potentially, if you are last alive, you can maybe go into your inventory and quickly swap perks. Well, I guess not if it's an equipment locked Nightfall, but regardless, and use it there, or you can just swap back and forth if you do want to have Bottomless Grief. So it basically is like a free roll of a perk now. You're not gonna have, importantly, any rolls that are ruined by Bottomless Grief anymore because it's not taking the place of a perk anymore. And Celerity is going to get the same treatment, kind of. So for Celerity and the Trials weapons, it now grants permanently an active plus 20 to both reload and handling. And again, that's whether you're last alive or not. And then also, it is that same fixed alternate perk in the right column on adept weapons of Trials. And again, you can switch it. So Igneous Hammer, the right perk is Rampage. It's going to spawn with Rampage. And then underneath that is Celerity. And you can switch between them. That, being able to open your inventory and quickly swap, is going to be a lot more relevant. Like, I can actually see, I'm last alive, I'm maybe safe, quickly open your inventory, swap to Celerity, get those huge benefits, clutch the round. That's actually quite a possibility. But again, the important thing is rolls will not be ruined by this perk anymore. It's just a freebie. And so guys, that is it for the big pieces of information revealed this week. I hope you enjoyed, found this informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.